Hello and welcome to MicroStation Connect. In this video series, I'm going to go through an introduction to the new software, setting up your file, creating levels, and basic tips and tricks to draw. Now, the purpose of this video series is to cater to the needs of the students taking ENM 1102D. So we're going to go through some of the fundamental tools that you need to get started with the software. So I'm going to click, I've got a shortcut here, I'm going to double click on the shortcut, give it a few seconds and wait for the software to open. Now the software opens up with a welcome screen, so that's the welcome screen you're looking at. On the left hand side of the welcome screen, what you're looking at is example videos. So please feel free to click on the videos and watch them. So that's the example videos. Right in the middle here, what you're looking at is a series of lectures which leads to different courses. If you have a Bentley login, you need a Bentley login to attend any of these courses. Okay, so quite useful. On the right hand side, what you're looking at is an RSS feed to news and announcements. So basically that's about it. Now, when you open your software for the first time, please do not rush. Take your time, go through different things, get used to the new welcome screen. Now I'm going to go and start working on MicroStation. I'm going to start creating a new file. So when I clicked on that little arrow, it led me to this new screen. On the left hand side are the recently used work sets. Okay, in the middle of the screen, this is your recently used files, and on the right hand side, what you're looking at is your work sets, the active work set. Now going back here, for this unit you do not need a work set, so you can click on no work set. Okay, however, if you're just curious, please feel free to click on the examples, okay, and you can have a look at case studies and examples that are loaded with the software. It's quite interesting. Okay, but purely from this unit's point of view, you do not, when you start practicing your drawing, you do not need a work set. So I'm going to click on no work set. Now I can browse through the list of DGN files, or I can create a new file. In this instance, I'm going to say new file. Now when this dialog box comes up, okay, it allows me to create a brand new file. Now first, make sure that you know where you're saving your file. So I'm going to just click on desktop. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Now file name, that's your file name. Before I give a file name, I'm going to make sure I select the right seed. So what is a seed? A seed is nothing but a template. Bentley's MicroStation has already created default templates. All you need to do is click on browse, and depending on whether you're going to be working in imperial units or metric units, 2D or 3D, accordingly you would select the right seed. So for this video session, I'm going to work on 2D, and the units that we're going to be using in class, based on Australian standards, we're going to be using metric units. So I'm going to select 2D metric drawing and say open. So the seed currently selected is 2D metric drawing. Okay, now file type or the extension for any MicroStation Connect drawing is a .dgn file. Now I'm going to go ahead and create, I've selected introduction, or if I want to create a new file, I'll call it tutorial 1. Okay, so session 1, I'll call it tutorial 1 as I save. It's going to open up a new file called tutorial 1. So what you're looking at here is a brand new file open in MicroStation Connect. Now quickly going through the user interface. On top, this is the title bar. So if you look at that, it gives you or it shows you the name of the file that you just created. So tutorial 1 extension is .dgn. The seed you've selected is 2D. Okay. Now on the left hand side here is the workflow. Now because I selected 2D seed, it only has the drawing and task navigation workflow. If you had selected a 3D seed, there'll be more options. Okay. Now just see what happens if I click on design task navigation. See, the tools changed. I'm going to go back to drawing. Tools changed again. So for your class, you only need to be using, or primarily you'll be using only the drawing workflow. Okay. So on top here you have multiple tabs. Okay. Every time I click on a tab, the tools or the panels change. Okay. So home contains all the basic requirements or the basic tools that you need to draw. View is setting up how you want to view your drawing. Annotate is for creating different text styles, dimension styles, hatch patterns, cells, and so on. So there you go. You have a whole, I'm not going to go through the whole set, but I'm going to let you explore, spend some time and explore all the different tabs. Okay, so I'm going to go back to home and I'm going to keep it there. This is your drawing space. Okay, now this little thing floating here is your element selection floating toolbar. I'll leave it there on top. Do not close it. I'll tell you how to use it and why you need it maybe in the next session. Now what you're looking at here is the different views. That is your prompt, your command prompt, and these are your coordinates for drawing. Currently it's set to the rectangular coordinate system. You can change that to polar. Okay, so I'll leave it with that. So that's the absolute. Okay, so you can work with absolute coordinate system or the relative coordinate system. I'll leave it here right now. That's showing your x-axis and your y-axis. I'm going to end this video with this, and in our next video we're going to look at we're going to continue from here and see how to set up that file. So once you've opened a new file and selected your seed, how you're going to set your grid, how you're going to use your mouse and various functions to work effectively. Okay, thank you for watching. Please continue watching the whole series to get the full benefit of these videos. Thank you.